You know that feeling? You step outside on a hot day, and it's just heavy, like the air itself is a wet blanket weighing you down. Well, today, we're going to solve that mystery. We're diving into why some hot days feel so much worse than others, even when the thermometer tells you they shouldn't.
Okay, let's get specific. Picture a 35-degree day in a desert. Yeah, it's hot, for sure, but it's a dry heat. Now imagine a 30-degree day. That's 5 degrees cooler, but in a tropical jungle. It's suffocating, right? Sticky, exhausting. The thermometer says it's cooler, but your body is screaming that something is very, very wrong. And the key to this whole puzzle isn't just the temperature. It's all about the air itself. So to figure out what's going wrong on those humid days, we first have to talk about what our bodies get right. See, you have your own personal built-in air conditioner, and it's an absolutely brilliant piece of natural engineering that most of the time works like a charm.
The whole process is actually super simple. Your body heats up, your brain sends a signal, and boom, you start to sweat. But here's the real magic trick, and this is the most important part. The sweat itself isn't what cools you down. It's the evaporation of that sweat. As that liquid turns into a gas on your skin, it literally pulls heat away from your body. Evaporation is everything.
So this system is fantastic, but it's got an Achilles heel. It 100% depends on your sweat being able to evaporate, which leads to the big question. What on earth could stop that from happening?
And here it is. Meet the villain of our story. The one thing that just throws a giant wrench into your body's perfect little cooling machine is humidity. That's the invisible force making those hot days feel so miserable.
So what exactly is it? Well, to put it simply, humidity is just how much water vapor, invisible, gaseous water, the air is already holding. Desert air has almost none. Tropical air, it's absolutely packed with it. And this is the absolute core of the problem. Think of the air around you like a sponge. A totally dry sponge can soak up a ton of water, right? But a sponge that's already damp or even completely soaked, well, it can't absorb any more. Humid air is that soaked sponge. It's so full of water vapor already that there's just no room left for the sweat on your skin to evaporate into it.
Okay, so we've got a problem, that soaked sponge of an atmosphere. Now let's connect the dots and see how that creates the heavy, sticky, awful feeling we all know and hate. This is where the science hits you right in the face.
Let's just break this down, side by side. In dry heat, your sweat evaporates fast. You get a really strong cooling effect, and your skin feels pretty dry. But in humid heat, that evaporation is either super slow or just completely blocked. That means the cooling effect is weak, or you get no cooling at all. Your body feels heavy, suffocated, and your skin is just constantly sticky.
And this is the part that is so frustrating. Your body knows it's hot, so it just keeps pumping out more and more sweat, trying desperately to cool you down. But because that sweat can't evaporate, it just sits there. It drips off you. You get zero cooling benefit. You're just getting wetter and hotter.
This whole situation creates this massive disconnect between the number on the thermometer and what your body's actually going through. So how can we even measure what it really feels like?
Well, we do it with something called the heat index. You've probably heard it called the feels-like temperature. And it combines the air temperature with the humidity to give you a real sense of the stress on your body. And the effect is, frankly, dramatic. A 30-degree day with high humidity can easily feel like 38 degrees or even more. Your body is working way, way harder than the thermometer would have you believe.
And this is where it gets really serious. The impact goes way beyond just feeling uncomfortable. When your body can't cool off, it basically goes into crisis mode. Your heart has to pump harder to get blood to your skin. You feel tired way faster. Even your breathing feels heavy. Your body releases stress hormones, and your brain can start to feel foggy and confused. It's a full system meltdown. So, given that this is a lot more than just feeling a bit gross, understanding the real risks and, more importantly, knowing how to cope with them is absolutely crucial. Look, when your body just can't get rid of that heat, it can lead to a really dangerous cascade of health problems. It starts with things like dehydration and dizziness, but it can quickly escalate to heat exhaustion and even a life-threatening medical emergency like heat stroke. This isn't just about comfort, it's about staying safe. So, what can you do? How do you fight back? The idea is to give your body a helping hand. Light, breathable clothing helps any little bit of evaporation that can happen.
Staying hydrated is, of course, non-negotiable. And then you need external cooling, shade, fans, AC, a cool shower, anything to give your body the relief it's so desperately trying and failing to create on its own.
I think this quote just captures it perfectly. It's not just heat, it's an oppressive, inescapable weight. And it's the perfect metaphor for what's happening scientifically, right? The moisture in the air is literally acting like a blanket, trapping your own body heat right against your skin.
So if you're going to remember one thing from all this, let it be this simple fact. In dry heat, your body's #1 defense, sweat, works beautifully. In humid heat, that exact same defense fails. It's as simple as that.
And really, that's the bottom line. The next time you check the weather, don't just glance at the temperature. Look for that humidity number. Because the real question isn't just, how hot is it? It's, can my body actually fight back? And that right there is the difference between heat you can handle and heat that can be genuinely dangerous.